Have you ever wondered how your data stays secure while being transmitted over the internet? It's fascinating, isn't it? Well, it's all thanks to a complex and sophisticated system designed to protect your data from prying eyes and malicious intentions. This system is called Internet Protocol Security, or IPsec for short. IPsec is like the invisible superhero of the internet world, working tirelessly behind the scenes to keep your data safe. It uses two key components to do this: Encapsulating Security Payload, or ESP, and Internet Key Exchange, or IKE. ESP is like a protective shell providing data confidentiality, integrity, authentication, and anti-replay protection. IKE, on the other hand, is the negotiator, establishing secure communication channels and shared keys for encryption and decryption. Together, they form a robust defense mechanism, ensuring your data travels safely through the vast digital landscape. Stay tuned as we dive into the specifics of ESP and the phases of IKE. What exactly is Encapsulating Security Payload, or ESP, and why is it crucial for data security? Well, let's begin with the basics. Encapsulating Security Payload, or ESP, is a component of the Internet Protocol Security, IPsec for short, that plays a pivotal role in preserving the sanctity of our data while it's in transit. It's like a personal security detail for your data, ensuring its safety on the unpredictable roads of the internet. So, how does ESP do this? Well, it provides four main services: data confidentiality, integrity, authentication, and anti-replay protection. Let's delve a bit deeper into these. First up, we have data confidentiality. This is achieved by encrypting the payload, which is the actual data portion of the IP packets. By doing so, ESP ensures that only the intended recipients who possess the correct decryption keys can access the content. It's like sealing a letter in an envelope that can only be opened by the person it's addressed to. Next, we have data integrity. ESP adds an integrity check, or hash, to the packet. This hash acts as a fingerprint of the data, allowing any alterations made during transmission to be detected. It's like a seal on a document that will clearly show if the document has been tampered with. The third feature, authentication, verifies the identity of the sender. This prevents a malicious actor from masquerading as a trusted source, a tactic known as spoofing. It's akin to checking the sender's signature on a letter to confirm it's really from them. Finally, we have anti-replay protection. This feature safeguards against the unauthorized retransmission of old packets. Imagine if someone could intercept your mail, make copies, and then send them again at a later date. That could cause all sorts of confusion and potential security risks. This is what anti-replay protection prevents. But while ESP provides these robust security features, it doesn't work alone. It's part of a larger team, IPsec, and works closely with another protocol, the Internet Key Exchange, or IKE. IKE is like the diplomatic negotiator of the team. It establishes secure communication channels and negotiates shared keys for encryption and decryption, which are then used by ESP. IKE operates in two phases. In Phase I, it establishes a secure tunnel for itself, protected by encryption and authentication. This tunnel is called the ISAKMP Security Association. Phase I also negotiates parameters like encryption algorithms, hashing methods, and the Diffie-Hellman key exchange. Then in Phase II, IKE operates within the secure tunnel established in Phase I and negotiates specific security associations for the actual data flow using IPsec. These associations define which traffic will be protected and the chosen encryption and authentication algorithms for ESP. So, in essence, ESP secures the data payload within IP packets, while IKE negotiates the secure channels and keys needed for ESP to function effectively. It's a dynamic duo, working hand in hand to ensure the security of your data on the internet. That's ESP in a nutshell. But how does it work together with IKE? Let's find out. How does IKE support ESP in maintaining data security? Great question. Let's dive into it. Internet Key Exchange, or IKE, is an essential component in our data security toolkit. While it's not part of Encapsulating Security Payload, or ESP, it plays a vital role in its operation. IKE operates as a separate protocol, orchestrating a secure symphony of communication channels. It's like the conductor of a cybersecurity orchestra, ensuring every player, or in this case, every data packet, hits the right notes at the right time. IKE establishes shared keys for encryption and decryption used by ESP. It's a master negotiator, setting the terms for secure communication. In this way, IKE creates a safe environment for ESP to do its job, protecting the data payload within IP packets. It's a dynamic duo, with IKE and ESP working hand in hand to secure our data. Now that we know what IKE is, let's take a closer look at its two phases. What happens in the first phase of IKE, you ask? Well, let's dive into it. IKE, or Internet Key Exchange, takes place in two distinct phases. The first phase is all about setting the stage for secure communication. It's like building a fortified tunnel through which all our IKE negotiations will traverse, safe from prying eyes. This phase is formally known as ISAKMP Security Association, or simply ISAKMP SA. Now, you might be wondering what a security association is. Picture it as an agreement between two parties on how to secure their communication. It's like a secret handshake, only more complex and much more secure. In this phase, our two communicating devices negotiate key parameters like encryption algorithms, hashing methods, and the method for the Diffie-Hellman key exchange. It's like they're agreeing on the tools and techniques they'll use to keep their communication covert and authentic. Let's talk about encryption algorithms first. These are mathematical processes used to scramble data so that only someone with the right key can unscramble it. It's like turning a clear message into a jigsaw puzzle that only the recipient can solve. Next, we have hashing methods. Hashing is a way of creating a unique signature for a set of data. Any alteration to the data, no matter how tiny, will change this signature, signaling that something's amiss. Finally, there's the Diffie-Hellman key exchange. This is a clever method that allows two parties to each generate a public-private key pair, then share their public keys. From this, they can both compute the same shared secret key without ever having to transmit this key directly. Once our devices have agreed on these parameters and established their secure tunnel, they're ready to move on to the next phase. They're now in a position to negotiate the specifics of the data flow that will be protected by IPsec. Once this secure tunnel is established, we move on to the second phase of IKE. Now let's delve into the second phase of IKE. IKE Phase II, also known as IPsec Security Association or IPsec SA, picks up right where Phase I left off. It operates within the secure tunnel established in Phase I, making it a secure environment for the negotiation of specific security associations, also known as SAs. Let's break it down. The main job of IKE Phase II is to negotiate the specific SAs for the actual data flow using Internet Protocol Security or IPsec. These SAs are not just random agreements, they are carefully defined instructions that dictate which traffic will be protected. This could be specific IP addresses or protocols depending on the requirements of the communication. But it's not just about deciding which traffic to protect. IKE Phase II also has a say in how this protection is achieved. It chooses the encryption and authentication algorithms for the Encapsulating Security Payload or ESP. This is a critical role because the choice of algorithms can significantly influence the level of security, efficiency, and speed of data transmission. Think of IKE Phase II as a meticulous planner. It operates within the secure confines of the tunnel established by Phase I, planning out the specifics of the journey that the data will take. It decides which data gets to travel, what route it takes, and how it will be protected during the journey. To sum it up, IKE Phase II is all about the specifics. It operates within the safety of the secure tunnel established in IKE Phase I, and its main job is to negotiate the details of the security associations for the actual data flow. This includes deciding which traffic will be protected and determining the encryption and authentication algorithms for ESP. With that, we've completed our journey through IKE's two phases. Now, let's recap what we've learned about ESP and IKE. The Encapsulating Security Payload, or ESP, plays a crucial role in data security by providing confidentiality, integrity, authentication, and anti-replay protection for the payload of IP packets. It shields our data from prying eyes by encrypting the payload and ensuring only authorized recipients can access it. It also maintains data accuracy and thwarts spoofing attempts. On the other hand, The Internet Key Exchange, or IKE, functions as the negotiator, setting up secure communication channels and establishing shared keys for encryption and decryption. This protocol operates in two phases. Phase I establishes a secure tunnel for IKE communication, while Phase II negotiates the specific security associations for the actual data flow using IPsec. In essence, ESP secures the data payload within IP packets, while IKE lays the groundwork for ESP to function effectively. Remember, secure internet communication is a two-step dance with ESP and IKE working in tandem to ensure our data's safety.